Teachers, what's the worst thing a kid brought for show and tell? Someone brought their pet bird dead in a box that was going to be buried when they got home later that day. Was it a Norwegian blue? Lovely plumage! Exclamation mark. In my school, some kid brought in his collection of laundry rocks, which were crumpled up pieces of paper that he put in his pockets, and when his mom did the laundry they would turn hard like rocks. He said he did it by accident once, liked it, and started deliberately putting crumpled paper in his pockets to make more. I imagine a lot of kids in your class made their own laundry rocks after that, lol.
Yeah, I can see this being really appealing to kids after being introduced like this.
When I was a newborn baby, my sister convinced my mom to bring me to her third grade show and tell. And I barfed all over her.
My brother made my mom bring me for show and tell after I was born. He then proceeded to tell the entire class that he helped her dig me up from a cabbage patch. The kids all believed him, and the teacher was supposedly trying her hardest to not break out in hysterical laughter. Yes, I'm a 53-year-old Cabbage Patch Kid.
That's actually the cutest thing ever. Went to school in a tiny town within eastern Colorado. Kid in my class drove his dad's combine to school for show and tell. Was in the 4th grade. Still find it crazy that nobody really cared that there was this big ass piece of farm equipment sitting on the front lawn all day. Was he held back? Or is 10 old enough to drive in CO? In many rural areas, big enough to reach the pedals is big enough to operate farm equipment. I was 8 when I started hauling hay wagons back and forth from farm to field.
My best friend in grade school brought a huge hunting knife one day. He missed a week of school and my parents didn't let me hang out with him anymore after that. He ended up becoming an ump in MLB and always gave out tickets to his buddies. Thanks Mom and Dad. I like free tickets too. My wife is a teacher in a major US city. One of her grade 4 students brought in a packet of his mom's cocaine to show the class during Drug Awareness Week. He got some visits from the principals and school counselor, maybe the men in blue. And the teachers get a great end-of-year party.
Teachers party harder than coke. They have special teacher drugs they get high on. Not a teacher. But when I was in 3rd grade, this dumb kid in my class decided to bring a live bat to class. The only problem, he put the bat in a plastic bag in his book bag and the bat died because it couldn't breathe. Him removing it from the plastic bag dead, I still remember almost 26 years later. Oddly in my head, this is the most 90s shit I've seen on here.
It was the early 90s actually, lol. My classmate Will was a complete dumbass and somehow they wanted him to skip kindergarten. He was always doing stupid shit like that, lol.
Only been teaching 1 year but so far. Mom's only set of car keys. Edit. Thanks for the awards. We did call Mom immediately, but unfortunately she was stuck at home all day until little one got home with the keys.
This is the only one that's actually made me burst out laughing. How long did it take for the mom to realize? The teacher across the hall from me had a student who brought what he thought was a lucky rabbit foot to show to the class and excitedly announced he had enough for everyone in the class. The rabbit foot was a tampon.
This is fucking hilarious. I like to think he saw the whole box of tampons and was like, wow, I'm gonna be so lucky.
He was wearing one tied to his belt loop. I forgot about that part.
In the 3rd grade, a girl brought her mom's kidney stones in a pill bottle. WTF, my friend Travis did this in 2nd grade. WTF, I did this and my brother's name is Travis. My brother found a scorpion at our house and captured it to bring for show and tell. The scorpion got out somehow and the teacher had everyone on high alert to look for it and capture it. Several children returned to the teacher having found the scorpion. That was the day we found out our school was infested with scorpions. Edit. For everyone asking, this was when we lived in Alabama. I'm thinking this had to be Arizona. I'm a preschool teacher in a state with legal weed. One of my students brought in a plastic tube the local dispensary uses for pre-rolled joints. He said he found it in his parents' room and he brought it because he liked the popping sound it made when he opened it.
In his defense, it does make a satisfying popping noise. A nice popping noise and a joint, what else could you want? Asked my students to bring an object they loved. One kid brought his grandmother.
That's just adorable.
Plot twist, she was in a vase. Not a teacher. But when I was in 5th grade, my friend brought a metal hip replacement piece from a human body. A human body that her father had cremated and kept. It was for a "what would you like to be when you grow up?" sort of show and tell. She wanted to be a mortician like her dad. What's worse is that she allowed for this piece to be passed around the class before telling everyone, including the teacher, what it was. Chaos ensued afterwards. That's hilarious and awesome, haha. My dad is a physical therapist and has the knee replacement hardware from a patient that had several. He had to dissolve the bone, cement off of it from when he got it. I work at a hospital and there's this weird dude down the hall that stirs his coffee with some sort of piece from his knee replacement surgery. Lol.
Not a teacher, but one of the kids in my class brought a remote control helicopter to class and flew it around. It was super cool until he accidentally got the blades wrapped around a girl's hair. I think the nurse spent an hour getting it out.
Ice won't get that stuff out.
Gum gets out helicopters, and peanut butter gets out gum, mayo gets out peanut butter, and that's the last step. Smiley face.